Hello everybody, hope everybody had a good Easter. I wanted to make a video since it's easier than writing all this stuff down. I won't share about Melanie, who's a spirit that came to me here. I haven't gotten to the light yet. She's a teacher back in early Las Vegas days, in Las Vegas Valley. I will share stuff that occurred in Boulder City over by the dam. When some spirits I hope get to the light there recently, and just the whole beginning of the process. I may have forgotten some things, but I tried to write down everything that's occurred starting on March 25th, 2019. We're driving through at night, trying to find where there used to be the old Boulder City Hospital back in the day of the dam. There was a hospital that was built. The state or the feds wouldn't pay for it, so these 7 companies involved in building the dam had paid for it. And it changed hands over the years, military hospital and some other things over the years, until it just fell into disuse and disrepair. It's since been torn down illegally. But this is before I knew exactly where it was at, because it had already been torn down. But on 25th, I got the name Evelyn Thomas, 18 years old, year 1932. I met her by Old Boulder City Hospital. Well, I thought it was Old Boulder City Hospital. It's not. It's by the backside of another building. I was drawn to it, being called on the way to a bowling alley in town there. When driving around the area till I heard, "Find me," then "Stop," then "Back." So I turned around and then parked on the side of the street listening, just waiting. Then in a while, she named herself, and I was getting the numbers 18 and 37. It was confusing me. It was frustrating her trying to communicate. Then I got, "We are 37, 37 we be." And that said, and that voice said, "We died here." Well, keep in mind that number 37. I'd forgotten about that. I just realized it. So 37, we are 37, 37 we be, and her age 18. She was the only one speaking, though one said blowhard about me. So there was just somebody had spoken that. Felt I was being a blowhard. It's this, that's the expression for those in another country not familiar with English expressions. Somebody just like talks a lot about not meaning anything. So they were just being derogatory, mean. I explained how things work concerning going to the light and why she is where she is. I was getting frightened. The words frightened, mailman, path. And later she said mailman killed her on a path. So they raped her. I didn't know at the point. Then I got the name Judith as Mama's name. Melanie, who had come to me before I mentioned, was a teacher. Melanie having come forth before. Her father was a cobbler bootmaker. Not Melanie's, but Evelyn's. Evelyn's father was a cobbler bootmaker, came from England. Her mama was from Germany, fled Germany and met Papa. Brother was a fanatical painter, actor. His wife was like a sister to her. A lot of broken, not really dialogue, just broken things she's speaking, broken phrases. Brother moved away, leaving her and Mama alone because Papa had died. She was telling us this as we drove home. At this point, my friend was with me. I told her she can come to our home if she wants. I cannot force her to do anything. Eventually, she said, "We go, I ride." So she continued communication on the ride. Said, "Never seen so many lights." We came into the valley of Las Vegas. Never seen so many lights. Because they hadn't moved. They'd been stuck just so close. Again, there's no time and space like it is here, the physical world. And they never. The spirits can get either can be on the move and they kind of like a claim settler, where they feel safe in a spot and stake claim to it, or decide to stay, especially there's other ones there, or it's where they passed away and they just can't let go of it and move from it. So they hadn't moved it. Even seeing the result of what that dam building is brought just in this valley, the size of it. She continued communication on ride, said never seen so many lights, entered home and said warmth, either emotional or spiritual. Warmth she was feeling. Then said, I observe. I said, okay. And later said, uh, then later she said, why do you weep inside? To me. I told her, probably something deep in me yet. Says, you are bonded to me now, so you feel it. I mentioned thigh wounded. She mentioned her thigh was wounded in rape murder, so that confirmed she was raped and murdered. The mailman had impetigo, and we made fun of him. It scarred him, his face. This is a disease. You have to look it up. Impetigo. I think it comes from the lack of some vitamin or something in you. And it scarred him in his face, so they made fun of him. And she said, I go now to be with others. I tell them all I see. I feel better now. I said, well, return when you are ready. She said, I bring others soon. I want to go home. I said, whenever you're ready, you know what needs done. Share it with others, because I explained to her about it. She said, I will share. Dream gatekeeper man. I said, thank you. And she said, bye. Now on the first, we went to Boulder City again, trying to find to the old Hoover Dam Hospital found out where it was at. It was an empty lot now. It was purported to be haunted, so I wanted to check it out. So I walked around the block to where the entrance walkway used to be. I felt compelled to step into it and felt something. I stepped out and walked around the rest of the block and walked up to the top of the hill where the building had sat. I began rebuking and banishing, Psalm 91, Our Father, the Lord's Prayer, speaking to spirits, telling them it was okay, God loved them, wanted them home, explaining how things worked, how to get home. I got that they were afraid and mistrustful. I sensed that. I started calling upon the Lord to use me as a conduit, which I've done in my prayers all the time, to rid the place of their pain, of all darkness. And this went on for some period of time. I'm not sure how long. I don't get involved in these things. Time just zips on by. 2 times I was pulled to the ground, writhing, shaking, expelling the evil that had been holding them, finally freeing them of the hold darkness had on them. It was like I was convulsing and just like it was being pulled through me as conduit. Which later on, a couple days later, I've been noticed on my back. I didn't really notice after a shower of scratches on my back. There's no way they got them because the ground I fell upon was soft, sandy ground, soft, sandy dirt. So it was nothing to scratch me. And I had a shirt on, or maybe a jacket too. I'm not sure. And so it wasn't from that. And there were scratches. I realized they were claw marks. I've gotten those before in healings. I don't think from other passings, but I've gotten them before, claw marks. So I know how it works. Let's see, where was I? Expelling the evil that had been holding them, plus expelling their darkness or the stuff that they held inside them somewhere, got away from them. Basically setting them free. Finally freeing them of the whole darkness had on them. Then I heard them say, as I'm laying there on the ground in the dark, we believe you now. We understand. I told them, you are free now. And upon leaving Boulder City, went back to the car and leaving Boulder City, came the light where it says, welcome to Boulder City. I heard a voice say, Boulder City is at peace tonight. So that was wonderful. And I was called to go to the cemetery. I didn't write this down. Called to go to the cemetery there. It's a veteran cemetery. Big veteran cemetery, very beautiful. And just talked to people I was told there. I just talked. I didn't get any replies or any voices or sense. I just talked and explained things about passing to the light. So they heard, because that hospital was for veterans during World War II as well for a time. And I'd gotten one night leaving Boulder City before that we came first, followed by those of war, I believe it was. So it was the spirits that were there before, and those from the building of the dam were there first, followed by soldiers. I'd forgotten about that. And then yesterday, and they had conversations at the bowling alley and out of Vegas, and even a pull, like with a strong pull on my shirt. I think it was that night. Like somebody was grabbing my shirt. He was driving into town. I wanted to talk. I said, I had to wait till we're done. And get out of this periodic conversations in the bowling alley. One that was haunted, been cleaned before, but there's still spirits around there. There's a whole hotel there too that's supposed to be haunted. I haven't been in that yet. But the whole town, this whole area in the Valley of Vegas, there's spirits everywhere. But the valley, there's all kinds. It's very old land, Indian lands, which some I'll get to. Some group I sent through this morning. 10 Indians. So this last night, Boulder City again at night, but I hadn't sent any spirits to light yet. So I drove by a hospital site. I was told to stop. Well, we told about this this house, 2-story house by the high school, and it belonged to the principal, not the present principal, but a principal in the past. And I experienced some of this stuff before I was told about the relevance of the house. I was told to go to Boulder City High School, drove by the hospital site. First, I was told to stop. I got out and walked to the old entrance again to the grounds and stepped inside it. And I heard, "We wish to hear more about divinity." So I told them more about God and letting go, sin, and being free of it. Then got in the car and we drove to the high school where we were told about some house across from it. Drove past the house we thought was it, and then around the school, past the power station, and where I was told electronic interferes. So it makes sense. Drove back around the block to the front of the school, and I was told to stop here. So I pulled over. We're facing towards the house down at the end of the street. Apparently, it was an old principal's house whose wife committed suicide. Then I started hearing chatter, and I thought they were talking to me because some of it sounded like from the light, some of it sounded like the spirits. I think I was just hearing both sides as they were communicating with each other. Spirits of light, and there were angels, and with those that were here that I talked to before, some of them. Between spirits and angels, heavenly spirits. I can't recall it all, but basically, light spirits were telling others who they were and why they were here. Earth spirits were telling of themselves. Wasn't getting any names. Also I was picking up about the wife in the house. Sounded as though more to the story than just a suicide, from what I was hearing. She found something out from a gardener. They said she heard what she did not. I understand that she heard something that she did not know about, was not supposed to know about. And we're getting gardener. And find out she found something out from a gardener, which could have been somebody just cut their grass or whatever, I don't know. About the husband who wanted to be free of her. Does that mean an affair? I don't know. Or just I don't know. Did he kill her? I don't know. Unsure. Don't know. Didn't receive anything along those lines. I told them to use my gateway, get light, or another. I was offering myself again. Those with me, I told, take them across if you need to help them. Some of those spirits that are around me all the time. I told my friend to say Psalm 91. I felt 5 or 6 pass through me, like shake me, feel them go through me, like I was the gateway conduit, not just by me. I helped them go through and be pulled through it, like I had become the gateway, like I had been done the one night where the darkness was pulled through me. So it was like that night I realized later it was kind of like a mini version of what Christ did, his crucifixion, that attained, where he took all the sins that had existed, the residue of it, and the sins of everybody that was in the world, had been in the world up to that time, through him upon his crucifixion. How much more massive that was. I can't imagine what that felt like. And I just felt this like a dam holding back water, trying to burst the dam as those 5 or 6 went through. And I wanted to read Psalm 91, and I read Psalm 23, which is part of the process, helping get to light. I rebuked and banished. I could feel a force building in me like a dam giving way. Then we held hands and said the Lord's Prayer, which is part of the process, and asked the light to receive them, even though I didn't know their names. Then I let go, and it was a constant flow of energy flooded through me, shaking me maybe 30 to 60 seconds, almost nonstop, like being hit with a bunch of bullets. Then all was calm. We started home. I was told 36 passed through me, all total. Remember that 36? Remember that 37? So 36 went. One of those 37 did not. Then I also got, after that, 36 passed through, then 36 remain, 36 stay, 36 the number. So somebody stayed. Was Melanie or not? She didn't pass through. So then some followed us home. But from what they were saying, it sounded like they were from darkness, but wanted to turn to light. And I was getting that in the bowling alley. I can't remember exactly what was being told. That I was getting that they were of darkness, but they wanted to learn, and they wanted to be free of it. So they were starting to talk to me in the bowling alley. I just remember that. They said, "We wish to learn." And I rode into Vegas Valley, where they commented on the lights. I've been told the wife of that principal had been taken in and protected by the group of spirits at the hospital area. And angels told me she passed through, as did Evelyn and Paul. I did not write down about Paul here. Now, Paul was from another time we went there, which I did not write down here. Paul, it might have been the same night. I just didn't write it down as Evelyn came to me. Paul came to us on the way home. My friend was getting like this, her hand felt like it was gripping a rope and it was burning. And just, while they're driving. And so now Paul announced himself, and he was a worker there at the dam. And he had a co-worker that had fallen over the edge and was hanging onto the rope, and Paul was hanging onto the rope. And it was burning his hand. He's trying to hold this guy, and the guy ended up falling, losing his grip and passing away. And that's a big part of the reason why Paul did not pass over, because of his guilt. He felt so guilty that he had not saved this guy's life. She was feeling that pain, that rope burn. And he showed up some other places and told her he was there. And said, wow, she was feeling that rope burn at the same time. So that was his connection he made with her, which is fine. It was great. So he was one of the ones that was able to go. Also, I was also getting last night about from these spirits that they, I don't know who they were. They weren't part of the ones that went through yet or today. So they still part of the ones that still remain. That they were something about tunnels. There's a collapse. Some were crushed to death. Some drowned. I guess water seeped into there, got in there, and some drowned. I'm getting a number, how many? I recall. So they're stuck here still because of that. They're not part of the ones that went through. Maybe they were part of the ones that went through. I don't know. But some of them still remain that gave me this information. So there's plenty more still here yet. As I said, 36 passed, 36 remain, 36 stay. So maybe 36 is going to pass later, and 36 just will not let go. I don't know. We'll find out, hopefully. So I've been told the wife's been taken in and protected by group of spirits hospital area. Angels told me she passed through, as did Evelyn and Paul. Former dark spirits came to the house. I told them they were welcome, but if they pulled any crap, I'd send them away. I needed sleep as I was tired from the experience. I was drained from that experience. And then woke up the next morning, today, woke up to hear, we are here, we observe. I said, we were all asleep here in this house, and laughed. And they said, we observe the others. in spirit around me. We wish to go. I said, okay. All those 36 that passed would have been numbers 433, number 468. Number of souls that passed up get to light. Now this morning, as I said, okay. And they said, be as you are. They want to be as I am, a warrior of light. I said, great. And then they said, appalling, they were a long ago. So they say that they were appalling, they were bad, long ago. And I got the name, and I don't know if I spelled them right. It sounded Indian. Ochamayo, O-C, I just spell things as they sound. O-C-H-A-M-A-O or Y-O. He's Paiute, which is the Paiute Indians, native to this area. At the time of Spanish, when they first got here. And then after. I said, okay, whenever you were ready. And then I went to let the dog out and make my hot chocolate. And I heard him say, chocolatl, which is Mexica, from Mexico down south, where chocolate came from. It came up through trade. He said, we came to land, my peoples, long ago, many moons. You know, cycles of moons is yes, you call months. Many cycles of the month. Okay. Strange peoples come, warriors, shiny. They go, armor, yes, hard skins. This would have been the conquistadors. Yes, hard skins. They pass through lands, learn of us, way to great ocean. He talks is kind of broken English. Way to great ocean. Which is what they were seeking this time. Looking for gold and silver, of course. They bring us disease, war, many years later. My people suffer, die. Wife, children suffer, die. I'm so sorry. I know so many tribes. The nation suffered from white man. He said, we know not how to fight invisible weapons. This was the disease. No armor to fight this. My people flee into mountains, hide. I and others fill with hate, kill many over time who pass through. Then generations pass and more come of white peoples. Take what not theirs. I hate long time, grow stronger in spirit. Many darkness come, join us, tell us good to hate. Take back what's ours. We cause trouble for many in body and spirit, cause many to flee and die, suffer. Never get land back, but not care at that point. Wanted revenge for what taken. And the dam was built, and many more come. Many come. We were joined by more of dark, killing, maiming, causing pain, suffer, loss. Lie to spirits, haunt them. That's what they do. They huddle in fear. That's what darkness does. It uses that pain. Still today, look at the terrorists. Again, I've talked this before, how terrorists just take those who have lost loved ones. They be children, women, or older, and they've lost their children, and they twist that. Manipulate that pain and suffering into anger, resentment, bitterness, hatred, and use them as your suicide bombers, your suicide attacks, and your fighters for ISIS. But the ones that are doing the twisting, they ain't going and doing that stuff. Because they're just puppets of darkness, of evil. That's what evil does in spirit and physical form. Always has. Lie to spirits, haunt them. They huddle in fear. We feel powerful. Hate consumes us. Then you come. Say words over and over. Bright light follow you. Many times many. They guard you, protect you. That's all those around me of light that protect me. Then angels, with a question mark. I wasn't sure if that's what he's talking about, or he wasn't sure. Light beings come and chase us away with your words. You take many through you that night. He's speaking of that, last night. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that first night where I cleansed that area. You take many of the darkness through me that night. We hear and see. We remained, listened, observed. You speak many times of this God, Jesus. We learn, hear your words, truth. We see what you do. Spirits pass through you. Powerful man. Who is this man who takes spirits away through him? That's what they were asking themselves about me. We see light around you, pass through you. Bright colors in you. They gone, not return. Who is this man can do this? We hear all said by others with you. We hear all said by others with you. All that was said by others around me. Again, he's asking angels. And I said to him, I am just me, Tim or Alathiel, very old soul, many lives I have lived, sent by God, Jesus, to help save souls. We all his children, sisters and brothers. I am just a simple servant who does as he can and is told to do. My free will choice as it is yours to go to light. I'm a gatekeeper, a warrior of light. Those around me, some are angels, some are loved ones, friends, warriors from other of my lives. All here to help me and you. You are welcome to the light. God knew you and all that would happen. God knew you and all that would happen. But man's free will to do as we choose. That is your free will, their free will to do as they choose. God and darkness, Lucifer, the devil, tried to lead one to light and one to dark. We choose ourselves. It's your choice. God Creator made you, knew you from the beginning, how long you were going to be here in life, and when time is over for each. All die, pass away at their end time. Nothing stops this. What happens in between is the free will of each. Choose light path or own path. If light path, we have help and protection. If you choose own path, you're unprotected against evil. He said, I understand this now. We all do. We see clearly we did not before. We wish my people and others to go to this light. Free choice, as you say. Well, wonderful. I can get you there. I will explain again how it works. Any more you wish to say or ask? Any names to the others? He said, we are them who wish to go. Names not important. We are known by your God. I said, our God, all's God. He says, yes, all God, Father Creator. Then he gave me the names of the ones with him. There were 10 of them. He did give me those names. And I think what they mean. Started with, and I just spelled it how it sounded, what it was getting. I may not pronounce it right. Inchua. INX-NCHUA. He said, moves through grass is what it means. And he said, I, Okamao, chief of my peoples, he with spear in hand. And I got Oshu Wate, OSHU-A-WAHTE. It means she of little child. So this is a female. Called that because she was born of a young mother, probably maybe 13 years old, 14 years old. Then I got Michoacan, which sounded Mexica. I'm Mixchuacan, which meant, well, he said, means runs far in anger. And he said he was a brother of darkness who joined us from the south. And I got Pepu Wate, P-E-P-U, P-O-P-U, I think, -A-WAHTE, which sounded similar to the girl. He said he was of little child too. He was a brother. It means he can see far away. Or he had the ability to see far away. Maybe in life, and they gave him that name. I asked brother or sister. He said, yes, die at hands of white man. Both of them. Then I got Ush Ye Mate, USH-YE-A-MATE. Said, holy man of our people. And I was getting water of spirit was his meaning, what it meant. Water of spirit. Then he said, we of the warrior class. So the other four, there was 10 altogether, were warriors. First one was Ishnha, I-X-N-H-A, which means put foot in sand of sun. Probably kept putting his foot in the desert sand or something. And I said, welcome to him. And he said himself, I am of the dark. So he was of the dark, so he's old. Then I got Pepe Uatl, P-E-P-E-U-A-T-L, who was a fierce warrior from the south who joined them. I didn't get the meaning of his name. I got Ishna-O-Huate, I-X-N-A-O-Huate, which means cleaves to heart of mother. Probably close to his mother. And I got Popo Wate, P-O-P-O-N-U-A-T-E, means pour water on stones. Pours water on stones. I go, any others? He said, no, we remain He said, no, we remain of taken spirits, those you sent away first. So there were 10 that remained. We said 36 remained, so there were 10 of the 36, I guess. I said, okay, I'm so very happy you have chosen the light. And he said, we give you thanks for setting us free. Many others around wish to go, but fear holds them still. I go, of darkness, fear of darkness? He said, yes. Or of those of darkness, like them, had served darkness? He said, yes. And of earth, those of earth that were not of darkness. Great is hold on them still. So I got more freeing up to do. I said, well, once to light, you and warriors whom God needs can come help them as I helped you. He said, yes, we know this somehow. Feel called to war. I said, yes, it is war for earth and all souls. He said, we fight for good now. I said, yes, maybe fighting beside others who did much wrong, but who also were set free. Like they might be fighting beside others who did much wrong as well, who are in the light now, but who also were set free. He said, you know how darkness fights, why God needs you and to save others like you. So I explained to them, they come back, his loved ones are waiting there. They're waiting there, they know he was coming, like all the help gets the light. The loved ones already know, those in the light already know that it's their time to come to the light. So they're waiting for them. I explained the whole process to them, what involved, and that they probably will come back when they're ready, when it's time to help fight in darkness, and since it's the end of times now. And I will most likely see him. All likely I will see him. I will see everybody I hope gets the light. So I said, well, let me prepare, and I'll get you to light home and loved ones. He said, yes, we see them? He's asking. I said, oh, yes, you will, I promise. He said, many thanks to you, warrior brother. He said, oh, thank you for believing and choosing. I am honored to do this for you. I will see you all soon. Time ends soon. He goes, yes. I will bless you all in the name of God, the Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and the Mother of God. He said, great mother, we wish to see. I said, you shall trust me. He goes, this is good. We wait for you now. And I said, appropriate, read a number of psalms and prayers and the rosary, and rebuked and banished and prepared. And we said to our Father, joined our hands together, and they passed through me. I guess that's the new way it happens, going through me. The gate was attached to me, so it's really me now. I'm like the entranceway to the gateway. I am the gateway. So that's an upgrade. Jesus said gifts will return to me and stronger than before, so this is an upgrade for me. So it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Happy to do it. Kind of beats me up a little bit, but that's okay. It's just mild. That's what chiropractors are for. So rejoice. That takes me up as another 10, so that's a total of 36, 46 went through, making the total that I've helped get to light is now at, I'm going to write it down. 478. Praise Jesus, praise God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's awesome. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So rejoice, be thankful, believe this, don't believe it. Entirely up to you. My experience, and happy to share it as I'm supposed to share it. So peace of Christ and God bless.